Trending with Miss Trey, Nicole Sylvester. How are you?
Hello, Trey. I'm good. How are you?
I want to first congratulate you on being involved with ABFF, American Black Film Festival this year with
Thank you.
Maya and her lover.
Thank you. I'm very excited. It's one of my top festivals that I wanted to get into. So we got in, and I'm just really excited to be there, be a part of it.
That's exciting. What makes ABFF that film festival for you? I'm sure you've been in several others, partake and been a spectator as well as probably the showcase your films and of such. What makes ABFF your place to be?
So I think for me, there's a little bit of history with ABFF. It's one of the first film festivals that I went to that was specifically for Black artists. I went to ABFF for the first time when it was in Acapulco still. I think
Wow.
it was the last year that it was in Acapulco. And so I got a chance to go out there, and the access to filmmakers of stature was really crazy. Like I met John Singleton there, and he was asking me questions about his film. It was just like welcoming to you as a filmmaker, regardless to your standing. Whether you had something done or not. It just was. It was just very exciting to be able to interact with other people. And then I went to it when it was in Miami, and I had a film that didn't get in the festival, but we were able to sell it while we were at the festival. And then it's unfair to call it the Sundance for Black filmmakers, but that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like the premier, I think, film festival for filmmakers, for Black filmmakers, and it provides so much support. Meeting press, and then they have things that are specifically for the filmmakers to kind of introduce you to people in the industry for networking. So it offers a lot more than just showcasing films for the filmmakers, and I really appreciate that in a film festival.
Yes, that's always wonderful because, like you say, it gives you that opportunity to have your film showcased in front of millions of people, being that we're now viral now,
Yeah,
virtual now. So
for
it gives
sure.
you the opportunity to have it streamed everywhere, and not just the U.S., all over the country, all over the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
very exciting, and I know that means a lot to you because you can see people giving you feedback and
Yeah,
people sharing your film, and as well as doing press for the film.
yeah.
So I know that's a big deal because, of course, the goal is for people to see it.
Exactly. And it's so interesting to hear the feedback. I'm very, I like, it's kind of a cop out, and it's easy for me to have it streamed because I don't have to sit there with the audience and watch it, because that's nerve wracking. I've done it once or twice, but it's really hard to be there while they're responding. But afterwards, when people comment on what they've seen or they ask questions, that's really exciting, to get a sense of how they saw it, or their opinions or their takes on something. And I just feel really excited once I know an audience has seen it. So, it being in the festival and kind of doing its festival run has been more satisfying than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I'm actually excited that they are not doing the festival and actually doing it virtual, so that it is giving people opportunity to view the film, because everybody was like, "Oh my God, if ABFF doesn't happen, what happens?" Because this is our
Right,
outlet. This is where
right.
we are able to meet the filmmakers. We're able to meet the people that are, the actresses coming up in the game, or network with different people to put us in the right form that we need to be in to make our dreams come true. So
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
a wonderful experience on my side too as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So before we get into Maya and her lover, we're gonna go ahead and chime in, Maya.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you doing?
Stephanie.
Welcome to Trending with Miss Trey. I want to go ahead and chime you in before we get started talking about the film. How do you
Thank
feel
you.
about being a part of ABFF? We just heard
Oh,
back from Nicole about it, but how do you feel about it?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of something that has so many new brilliant films. all together, and I'm excited.
That's wonderful. So let's talk about the film.
Okay.
Juicy, juicy. Girl. I was like, okay. Because we all have that home girl. Okay, me. Where we was like, I ain't dating no young man.
Yep.
Like, I'm not doing it. He ain't got the qualifications. He ain't got the 401k. He ain't got the house. We not doing it. He don't have no 5-year plan. We're not doing it.
But we're not going to do it.
One.
And then we do it.
And then there's that, look, and then there's that one.
Exactly. Which is really funny because I am that person as well. I don't, I guess for a while, like, when I'm Black, I look kind of young, and depending on how I wear my hair, I might attract really young guys. And it was, the story is kind of loosely based on a guy I dated once, very loosely based. I don't want people to think it's me. It's very loosely based. But there was just something that was interesting about him, which is why I decided to write this story, to try to capture some of it, because it was kooky, but then it was fun and a little bit exciting, a little sexy, but then also just weird, And then for me, an age difference makes a little bit of a difference, because I want to have certain conversations. I want to be able to reference certain things, and you just can't always do that with a person who is a lot younger than you, depending on whether or not he or she has that older soul that can kind of relate to some of your experiences. And so I thought it would be a fun subject to write about.
Yes, it definitely was fun. And like I said, either we've been through it or we have a friend that's dealing with it. So it's not something that's, oh my God, it's not out of the norm. No, it's very norm.
Right.
It's very norm.
Right.
So tell me, how did you prepare for Maya? Tell me, how did you prepare? Like, how did you get into that role? To even like put your head in that headspace. I know we know about it, but it's to actually go through and experience it and do that. How was that?
Well, it was funny because I had a similar experience in my life. I actually had a very, very similar experience. So when I first read the script, it all kind of came, it was very accessible to me. And, side note, my mom has always dated, my parents have been divorced since I was a teenager. My mom has always dated younger, always, like significantly younger. So it didn't look that foreign to me, the concept of it. And of course, we all know, how Stella got her groove back and all that stuff. So it's not completely, and it happens all the time. Guys date younger women. And nobody even talk. This would be a film. Yeah. This would not be a film. This would be Tuesday. Like, it would not be anything new. So, I mean, I went through some old journals. And I laugh because the universe kind of tries to teach you lessons as an artist in your work often. So, I went through journals. Shout out to Shomari Love, who was wonderful, who was sad that he can't be here today.
He plays Kasim. Shomari plays Kasim, the lover.
Yes.
He's the lover.
His role. He played his role to the T. I was like, that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they say. That's exactly how they finesse you. Yes. Yes.
It's so much people in my family who have seen it are like, how is he real? Does he act like that in real life? And I'm like, no, he's an actor. We're acting.
That is one of the things that people who've seen the film say, that they appreciate the realistic portrayal by the actors. And, my thought was, like Ashanti mentioned, how Stella got her groove back, which, I loved. I went to see it as well. But I just wanted this film to just be a little bit more realistic and just a little more like rooted in rawness, like even the sex scenes and the way that the clothing. I didn't want Maya to be, too glamorous and just kind of living a frumpy lifestyle. And she had to, you have to feel like she was. I didn't want to look like she just came off of a runway and she was hanging out in the house.
Everyday girl.
Exactly. So one of the compliments that I like is how natural and realistic the portrayals are.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. It was, like I said, it was right on, because it wasn't too where it's like, oh, they doing too much. Like, that ain't really what happened. Yeah. But it was like right on to the point where you were like, okay, I see where this is going. And that's exactly how they act. And that's exactly what we're thinking inside too, is because it's like you say, you want to have those conversations that you're not sure if they are going to be able to hold. Right. And then you also don't want to have those conversations or those situations where you feel like you're mothering. Exactly. So it's like you have to find the balance of like, I like the fun of this. Right. You really, is this a longevity situation or is this a temporary situation?
Exactly. And that was also one of the things that I wanted to write in for Maya. I don't know if it's a flaw, but just to where she couldn't let go of that. Like, he's younger than me, and just like be with him, like she may be with another man, or, even open up and just have conversations with him, because there was a part of her that just wasn't allowing herself to take him seriously, which doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing, because maybe he could have been the guy, who knows, but that was but that was a part of but she couldn't let that shell go and kind of let him in deeper, you know what I mean? So
well, I also wanted to commend you as well as having a all-female producer team.
Thank you.
African American producer team. I was like, yes. We are out here working too. Black girl magic.
Yep. We had
I love the fact that you had that as well.
Yeah, we had a lot of females on the crew, even beyond the producer team, like our costume designer, our production designer, our makeup artist, a lot of the PAs, the assistant to the director, who's also the coordinator, was female. We had a majority female cast. Crew. Yeah. So I'm really proud of that.
So tell me about Tracy. Tracy was the everyday girlfriend that you're like, girl, I'm gonna make it work, and we're gonna get me a guy, but I don't know about this one, but we're gonna figure it out. Like, tell me about her character and how you wrote that character for her.
So I wanted to have a character that was opposite Maya in her lifestyle, because I have mostly female friends, and I have female friends that are totally like, my best friend growing up has children. I don't have kids. Like, she had that lifestyle. Then my one of my producing partners, I would say, is Tracy. Like, she's like, this is me, because and I'm like somewhere in the middle of both. I can be like mothering, and I can just kind of be, just today I'm here and tomorrow I'm in another country. I can just live my life. And I wanted that woman to be represented in Tracy. Just carefree and just, living life on her terms. But then I also wanted I wanted life to happen to her, and to where she had to, make some tough decisions on, what she was going to do, and maybe a little bit of the consequence of how she was living her life. Again, not necessarily a negative or a positive, but things happen in life, and I wanted her to be able to represent the other side. And even in clothing, if you see, Tracy's outfits are really nice compared to Maya's outfit sometimes.
I know.
It's just like, so
Maya, come on, she's in a cute outfit. Like, what we doing? But she pulled the man, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. But she did have that nice one at the end. So
yes, she did.
I would see her costumes hanging. I'd see mine hanging, and then I'd see hers hanging next to mine, and I'd say, wait, that's not for me. None of that's for me. Oh, I'm wearing the sweatsuit. Oh, okay.
Got it. I was some lipstick on.
I'm wearing the head wrap. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I don't even wear shoes in this scene. Okay, great.
Well, that's exciting. I definitely, like I said, I love the film. It's very relatable. I know I'm going to share it to my girlfriends and let them watch it, and maybe have like a girls' night and be like, girl, what you think? So they're gonna be like, that's you.
Everybody's gonna feel seen.
Yeah, that's why you have the good girlfriends, not the girlfriend that don't really know.
Right.
You'll be telling yourself.
Exactly.
But
gonna feel attacked.
you're currently filming it at ABFF. Where can everyone see the film outside of ABFF? What do we have to expect with the film?
So starting December 7th, the film will be available on all pay rental streaming platforms like Amazon or Apple TV or iTunes, whatever you call it nowadays. There's a few other, places that wherever you might rent or purchase a movie, it'll be available there. And that's starting December 7th. So people can see it there. They could also, go watch it, register and go to ABFF and see it until the end of the month. And then if you do watch it, please vote for us because we could win, an award, an audience, a fan favorite award at ABFF. But yeah, it'll be available for rent and purchase December 7th.
Well, I want to thank y'all so much for coming on and talking about the film, being a part of the film, showcasing your film for ABFF. And I definitely would love to see where this goes. And you definitely have my support. If you need if you have any more exclusives, definitely hit me up so we can schedule an interview and get this thing going. Because I love the film.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I like when people watch it, they get it, and they they have positive feedback. I'm glad you like it, and I just hope other people get a chance to watch it as well. Thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.